if you do get ill, critically ill, you probably will survive it. Whereas back in the day with the dinosaurs roaming the world and I was a young boy at school, the very mention of cancer,
the most important tool in the financial planning conversation. And now that it is this sophisticated, this unique, and just being able to pay out multiple times, come on, that never existed.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome. And I'm delighted to be with my good friend here, Akshay, Sardana, Director of Continental.
Hi, everyone.
We've been good friends for a very long time, and we have the pleasure of working together.
Hey, Richard, welcome back to Dubai.
It's always great to be here. I get a buzz about coming back. It's very different from my sleepy little village in Wiltshire in the UK, so it's great to be back.
Yeah, your view back home is foxes and deers in the window. This is cars and highways, but still.
It's very good.
Exciting
very
nonetheless.
It's great, yeah. So, guys, today, a lot of our activity with partners around the world have been discussing a relatively new concept to us, and certainly a very new concept to a lot of our partners, and specifically, it's Omnicare 3. And for me, this is a light bulb moment product. It really is a fantastic scheme, focusing primarily on critical illness and life combo. But my light bulb moment is it's a multi-claim. And it troubles me that with a lot of these critical illness plans, you're only covered for a small number of critical illnesses, number one. Number two, if you do get ill, critically ill, you probably will survive it. Whereas back in the day with the dinosaurs roaming the world and I was a young boy at school, the very mention of cancer and the grave diggers are rubbing their hands together. Whereas now it's not like that. People are surviving. And yet a lot of plans out there, they pay once and that's the end of the plan. So it's great. You get your money. You've had cancer. You've recovered. You get your money. But that's it. And you're now cast out into the big wide world and you're not protected. And you're uninsurable in most cases as well. So for me, the light bulb moment is the multi-claim. It is like your guardian angel for your entire life. So when you first discovered this plan, Akshay, I'm just interested to know what were your thoughts about how this could slot in as part of the planning process for our global partners?
Well, when we were taught financial planning here, our ethos is critical illness first, living benefits. The unfortunate truth is it's not if we'll get sick, it's when we'll get sick.
Yeah.
And that's a hard conversation to have. You lead with those conversations, protect your ability to earn an income. That way we can keep all your other goals and financial plans in place if you protect that. And I was always taught critical illness is the most important living benefit to start your financial planning journey at a young age. Start with that, build up to the life, build up to the savings, get your emergency fund. But this was, as far as I'm concerned, one of the most important tools in the tool belt to help protect your family.
Yeah.
And we worked with what we had. You know, most plans here went up to, I think, 80 in some cases, which is still new. I think at that point it was even younger. 30 to 35 illnesses and still good, still cost effective, great solution. But as you said, I'm 36. Unfortunately, I get a rare condition. It is covered. I get my payout. I use that payout to heal. By 40, I am uninsurable for critical illness anywhere in the world. So I have to declare that I have been paid out. And I'm 40 years old. And that's when I need it most. As I go into my 60s, 70s, 80s. So Omnicare 3, I mean, we really couldn't believe the disparity of benefit that this insurance carrier was able to underwrite for a global market. And it is worlds apart. And that really goes to show the sophisticated nature of these insurance carriers. They've had almost 100 years of experience of human condition. They can really predict at an amazing level if you are to get sick, when you get sick, in a certain region, at a certain age, how likely are you to survive? What are the chances you could get a concurring illness or something else at a later age? Can we cover? When do you need it most? 80 onwards, these policies go on to 100. They're so unique in their design and they work that it is incomparable to what was offered before.
Yeah.
Now that's not to discount, what was offered before was bad. It's not, still very good. And there's a place in the market for that.
Yeah.
Cost being the biggest, I think, driver of those solutions. But when you look at what a high net worth, globally mobile client needs for their family, this is it. And you touched upon the point. Modern medicine has allowed me to make a full recovery of a condition that I got in my 50s. I am now 86 years old. healthy, but the likelihood of something happening, my body deteriorating, is quite high. Am I still protected where I'll have access to the highest medical care? I'll have funds to be able to focus on my recovery, my healing, and bridge the gap where my family members need to take time off work or fly my family members in to be with me so I can be part of that. They can be part of that recovery process, which is proven to aid in the speed. So all these factors are so important and are now, until 5 years ago, when we didn't know these even existed, it's opened up such an amazing world. And sorry, I can speak all day about this because it's something we're very passionate about. Critical illness, as I said, it is the most important tool in the financial planning conversation. And now that it is this sophisticated, this unique, and just being able to pay out multiple times, come on, that never existed.
That's the holy grail, really. And then I suppose the other aspect is, if you take my lovely little mother who lives in, she wouldn't like me saying little, who's 87, living in Scotland, who's never had a critical illness, who thankfully is still very much with us. The other aspect is you've got accumulation of money.
Mm-hmm.
And when I spoke to Ashok about this, he said, this is a great plan because you don't have those reviews. You don't need to go knocking on the door of your clients and say, the fund aspect hasn't performed well, so I need some more money. That can't happen here because it's all internally managed with very sort of low performance rates that are derived from income generating assets. And
it's set it and forget it, which is what you want
exactly,
in a critical illness insurance solution. You don't have to worry, is this going to still work for me when I need it most and I've already paid all my premiums?
Yeah.
No, you want to know that, yes, it's definitely going to work for me. And if massive advances in modern technology mean that I can live to 121 without any medication, then great, I'll just take my money back. And you have that flexibility to do it at a level that's very transparent and very clear under a regulated regime by a company that's 120 years old.
Yeah, and the investment aspect is sort of chugging along like a canal boat instead of a sunseeker and doing the job that was intended so clients can sleep easy, know they're covered for the rest of their life, no matter what happens to them. That you touched on, there's 140 critical illnesses or thereabouts versus the usual 40.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my light bulb moment. I think it's fantastic. It's a real, in case of emergency.
I'm glad you came around. I'm glad it.
Yeah, it took a while. Thank you as always, Akshay.
Thank you, Richard. It's always fun catching up.
Oh, you love chatting like this. This is the way it should be for these podcasts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not too formal. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.